So let me share with you a tool from Evolutionary Leadership, 5D Living, super practical, and it's going to help you to clarify the decision-making process. So as always, we're wanting to synthesize and integrate 3D matter practical reality with energetic intuitive information. In other words, the information that comes from being. So how does this relate to decision making? Let's say you're considering a particular direction, and maybe it's a career change or a pathway that's opening up for you. Here's the piece, 3 words: follow the energy. If you, as you consider that pathway, that option, that direction, you feel like your energy expands and it feels good, that's a yes. If the energy feels contracted and limited, that's absolutely a no. That's kind of straightforward when you've got one thing going on. But what happens when something is feeling really good to you but doesn't make sense, or something does make sense but doesn't feel good? Let's take the latter one. It's really good to work with this. So I actually always think car salesmen get a terrible rap at this stuff, but it is always a great example to use, so you will know from your practical life. If you have 2 different car salesmen, one guy offers you something that makes lots of sense, but something feels off. And then another guy offers you something that might even be a bit more expensive, but feels really good. Which are you gonna follow? You know what you're gonna follow from a practical, everyday reality perspective. But what we wanna do here is to consciously presence the energetic dynamics, and that's where we start becoming more evolutionary in the way that we're functioning in the world, is to bring clarity to the fact that we never ever let data supersede energy, energetic information, intuitive insight. It's incredibly important. So we're not ignoring data, we're looking for the sweet spot. We're always looking for the place where something both feels right first and then makes sense. When you can get that overlapping space, now you've got the sweet spot. Now you're right on track. That's delicious. That's a practical tool, folks. Take it with you, experiment with it. Don't take my word for it, just experiment with it. And as you do, notice what's happening as you follow this direction. Notice what's happening. Notice the feedback loop. Gather some data. Does this make sense? Is it true? Is it accurate in real life? Try going against your feelings, your intuitive insight, and try going against that and see what happens, and then try going with it and see what happens, and start gathering data as to what the truth is behind all of these things. I hope that's helpful with you. Remember, follow the energy. It's the first piece of information, always.